Namaste. Welcome to day number 89 of my 100-day self-connection experiment. Today, heavy day. Lots of heart chakra clearing, lots of feeling into blockages, into pain, into like, I'll say it this way. Today when I was meditating, I was starting to get frustrated and agitated and annoyed because I know when our heart's closed, there's a program there keeping it closed. And that to feel our heart open, we must be willing to feel the program that's keeping it closed, the old belief, the fear, the pain, the trauma. And so I'm sitting there meditating with a very closed heart chakra. I mean, I put my hand on my heart center and it was cold. And so I was just wondering, like, where's this program? Where's this pain? I was getting frustrated and annoyed. And then it dawned on me, oh, I'm feeling the program right now. The program that's trying to control how I'm feeling. The program that's trying to, this annoyed part of me, this agitation, this frustration, this anger. This is the program that's keeping my heart closed. This is the part of me that's refusing to let go. And so I realized that in my meditation today, and for the rest of the day, it's just been about seeing how deeply I can let go. And the beautiful thing about having, let's say, we'll just say what I'm going through, a closed heart. It could be anywhere though, any type of energetic chakra center. If you're feeling closed there, if you're feeling stuck energy there, if you're feeling pain there, if you're feeling density there, if you're feeling anything there that's not in flow, right? That's not open and, feeling good. The beautiful thing about that is it really brings us into that center and it teaches us how to feel deeper into that center. And we have to, a lot of times when it's a really dense, heavy program that we've been unconsciously unwilling to feel, when it comes up, we're going to have to spend some time with it. We're really going to have to nurture it and listen to it and hold it and love it. And when I say listen to it, I want to use an example of like my teacher Craig Holliday says. It's like a really good parent listening to their upset daughter, their upset son. The good parent will come into the room and see that their kid is in distress and their kid is crying, and they'll put the kid on their lap, and they'll say, "What is it, honey? What's wrong?" And the upset child will have their initial emotional reaction. And there'll be tears and anger and sadness. And then a loving parent will ask, "What's really wrong, honey? What's really wrong?" And this is what a blocked chakra center, a closed chakra center, stuck energy, painful spots in our body, this is what they'll teach us to do, is we'll sit and we'll listen to this energy, this closure, this pain. And initially this pain might have a story, an emotional component to it. It might be a belief rooted in unworthiness, or you're not good enough. It might be a childhood trauma that happened to you. And what we do is we listen to this pain like a good father or a good mother listens to their child's pain. We allow it the space to express, to feel what it's feeling, and then we go even deeper and we ask, what's really here? What's really going on here? And that's what I've been doing today, and it's fascinating when you really take the time to ask, when you get through that emotional layer, like that cover emotion, it's fascinating as you go deeper into the energy blockage or the pain or like the discomfort in your body, wherever it is, the stuff that starts coming up. And it could be like a lot of little things start coming up that just have added up over time. Or it could be a major thing in your life that you still haven't emotionally processed yet. And typically when there's a lot of little things that we keep shoving down, over time they keep building up. And it could be with one person that you're in a relationship with. It could be a pattern that keeps repeating itself with many different people in many different situations in life. But the deeper you go into this, we'll say for me, the deeper I go into this closed heart chakra, which is feeling kind of open now as I'm talking about it and sharing. It's one of the beautiful things about having this channel for me is I get to, me sharing also heals me. One of the beautiful things about feeling deeper and deeper into the heart chakra for me today is that the stories, the deeper I go in, the less there's stories, the less I'm attaching it to an old memory or an old childhood trauma or an old pain or an old story, a pattern. And the more it just becomes a feeling that my controlling nature, like I talked about in the beginning, a feeling that my controlling nature has tried to keep me from feeling. Because the controlling nature is just the ego. And the ego wants to control what we feel. The ego wants to chase pleasure and wants to avoid pain. So when there's an energetic blockage, a beautiful gift of it is, it helps us to dissolve another layer of the ego that's just trying to chase desire and pleasure. And when we don't listen to the ego, when we surrender our egoic desires and are willing to go within and feel the pain or the energetic blockage or the stuck energy, however it feels to you, we allow that ego to just gently dissolve away. We allow ourselves to surrender even more of our controlling nature, because in truth, all control is just an illusion. We don't actually have any control over anything. The ego thinks if it uses its willpower, we can just always feel this way and we can avoid feeling this way, but that's not how this works. That only causes a shadow to build. That only causes suppressed energy to build. That only causes pain to keep stacking up, layering up in our cells. It's like when we're always chasing pleasure and refusing to feel pain, we just continually use our body as a dumping ground for everything we don't want to feel. And our cellular structure, our DNA, everything, it starts kind of just adding up. And it starts feeling like pressure and stress and contraction and clenching. And that's why we get blocked and closed. Because when you feel a closure, that's what it is. It's like this, you're tight. So you just have to sit there and let it melt and keep showing it to source and keep going deeper and deeper into the feeling. And not believing the ego when it's screaming at you, throwing its temper tantrum, saying, no, I don't want to feel that. It's like being a good parent to your ego, saying, I know that this hurts, but I love you too much to not feel this. I love you too much to avoid this pain. Because this is how we restore a healthy ego, a healthy sense of self, a healthy self-esteem, is we let ourselves work through our pain, our trauma, and we let go of trying to micromanage how we're feeling all the time. Because that's what causes a lot of fear, is that false sense of control we hang on to. And when we're hanging on to that false sense of control and something emerges that's painful, that causes a lot of stress, and that causes just a lot of avoidance behaviors and addiction and disconnection from the self. So I'm finding that the more I can just let go of trying to micromanage how I'm feeling, the more I can just let myself feel fully how I'm feeling, the deeper I can go inwards to the blockages, the pain, that actually the healthier my egoic self, because we need the ego to experience this dimension of reality. I'm noticing the healthier of an ego I have, the more my ego is just a conduit for pure consciousness, rather than a survival machine just chasing pleasure and trying to escape pain. So yeah, just let's parent our egos through this. Let's love our egos through this. That way the ego doesn't resist as much when we're feeling deeply into our wounds and our pain. And because the deeper we go in, the more we're going to heal. And the more we heal, the better we're going to feel. And you kind of just have to educate the ego of this. You have to teach the ego that this is actually for your highest good, ego. Because when we're healing deeply and feeling better, well, then we can truly be in the world in a deep and meaningful way as well. So that's where I'm at today. Just doing a lot of inner work. A lot coming up. A lot of throat chakra stuff too, which is that's what came through me in my May ascension energy video as well. It's going to be throat chakra, highs and lows. And I've been experiencing all of it. And I'm sure you guys are experiencing the highs and lows as well. I'm sure you're experiencing new openings. And the beautiful last thing I want to say is the beautiful thing about going this far into the heart, I'm spending so much time in the heart today. Having stuck energy in the heart, it's really brought me into my heart like all day. I've been in my heart all day, just feeling it and loving what's there. And at times, yes, feeling that burning and boiling frustration and anger. But that's another gift, it's just all this stuck energy here, this feeling like my heart chakra is closed. It's really brought me into my heart all day. And I feel like this is life saying, this is where you need to be. We're bringing you into the heart. Be here. Be still here. Life, I feel, is just telling me, be still. Feel into your heart. And that's the message I want to leave you guys with. Be still and feel into your heart. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here for me. I appreciate all the support and love. And I will see you guys on day 90. Namaste.